I appreciate the opportunity to testify before you today and tell you about a very, very dear friend of mine, Dr. James Redd, who took his life a day after he was mistreated by the BLM law enforcement in 2009. Dr. Redd, our friendship started very early when I stayed the summers with my grandmother in Blanding, Utah. Her home was just a half a block from Pep Redd's house, the father of Dr. James D. Redd. We spent our days in the summer playing ball in the field, swimming in the cattle watering farm, and exploring every barn in town. Jim was a very competitive guy, so everything we did involved some sort of challenge. He was very athletic, and a year older than me, so he provided some mischievous leadership to me and my other buddies in Blanding. I really liked Jim because he was always so confident and competent. He made his mind up at the tender age of 10 years old that he wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be a cowboy. He succeeded at becoming a doctor, and I'm still trying to be a cowboy, like my good friend, Della Beaver from Garfield County, Utah. Dr. Redd's plan from age 10 was to return to his beloved San Juan County as a doctor to serve the people that he loved so dear. People all over the county grew to love and appreciate Dr. Redd for his willingness to serve them. San Juan County has a very large Native American population, and they grew to love Dr. Redd as he traveled all over the Utah portion of the Navajo Indian Reservation to deliver with their firearms molded around the 5-foot-inch tall and 110-pound wife of Dr. Redd in handcuffs. One of the agents kept repeating to her, "Do you know how much trouble you are in? Your life is over as you know it. This is the worst day of your life." Dr. Redd arrived home at 6:45 a.m. on the morning of July 10, 2009, after attending to patients in the nursing home. As he pulled up to his house, he could see the 18 large Suburbans lined up, leading up to his house. The San Juan County Commission called for a congressional investigation into the arrest, claiming that the unnecessary use of force may have led to the tragic death of a rural doctor. The community was devastated after losing a longtime anchor of the healthcare community. The hospital administrator said that the loss of Dr. Redd became a $1.5 million loss to the district in the months after Dr. Redd's death. It was ironic that Dr. Redd was there for us in times of trouble and pain, but we were unable to help him in his time of trouble and pain. Dr. Redd treatment as a hostile criminal with verbal abuse, threats, and intimidation by BLM law enforcement is unconscionable and tragic in and of itself. It borders on inhumane and has produced disgust among the 15,000 residents of San Juan County. I urge you to make Dan Love accountable for his actions that caused the death of Dr. Redd and fire him immediately. This is the consequence he deserves for his leadership of the BLM law enforcement. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate the comments. And